Good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been a little while since I've checked in with you. I have been on a road trip. Yep, my lovely bride and I took our camper van and we left a week ago yesterday and drove from Los Angeles to, our first stop was the Yolo County Fairgrounds. That was just south of Redding, California, I guess it was. And then, that was funny. We just pulled into this fairgrounds and parked and put up the shades and went to bed, which was pretty cool. And then we got up first thing and had some coffee and hit the road. And we were, our first stop was my sister's place in Lacey, Washington. So that was exactly 12 hours. We left at 6:05 a.m. from the Yolo County Fairgrounds and arrived at my sister's at 6 p.m. That was a grind. Long drive. But I've done it before and I would probably do it again, but next time I won't do it straight through. So had a great little visit with my sister, saw her house for the first time. She's lived there since 2017. This is my first visit to it. Beautiful house, great area, just love it. Had a wonderful visit with her and with family. So that was pretty cool. Stayed 2 nights there and then took off and headed up to Snohomish, Washington to visit my daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter. And they just bought a new house, well, new to them, on the shores of Lake Rosiger. Stunningly beautiful house. It exceeded my expectations all the way around. Unfortunately though, it was typical Washington weather. It was dreary and cold and wet and it rained pretty much the whole time we were there, which was 2 nights. And then from there, we took off and decided we would come home, and we would take 3 days to do it. We would come home down the east side of the mountains. So we took off and went through Leavenworth, Washington, which is a cute little Scandinavian kind of town, and worked our way all the way down to Bend, Oregon, where we spent the night with a friend and went out and watched a great couple bands at a local place and caught up with her, and that was really great. Saw some deer out in her front yard the next morning. And then from there we took off, and our next stop was, where was it? Let's see. We drove from Bend to, yeah. So we drove to Eagle Lake, which is just north of Susanville, California. And we were all by ourselves. We drove about 2 miles down this dirt road, and we were completely isolated, all by ourselves on the shores of this lake. That was pretty cool. Something we haven't really done before. Our camper van is 100% self-contained with solar and everything. So we can go anywhere and stay for pretty much as long as we want and not have to worry about it. And that was the first time that we had actually gone and been completely isolated. That was very cool. Then from there we got up, had some coffee. Of course, that's important. Had some coffee and took our time, left there probably about 10 o'clock in the morning or so, and made it to our next stop, which was Crowley Lake BLM campground. This is just south of Mammoth Lakes, and it's just a BLM campground in the middle of the sagebrush on the east side of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Not much to be said about it, but it was really beautiful with the mountains towering above us. So we sat out and played some cards and had a couple drinks and enjoyed ourselves. And then all of a sudden the wind came up, and boy, did it come up, and it got cold. And so we had to hightail it inside the van, and we finished our games, which I won. And then we just went to bed early. We were pretty tired. So we got up first light this morning. It was about 5 o'clock when we got up. We had our coffee and we left at 6 a.m. and got home at 11 o'clock. And I tell you what, one of the first things I wanted to do was go for a walk, because after driving for a little over 40 hours of drive time, I was ready to get some exercise. So, and you know, it was just a lot of sitting around, catching up, chatting, which I love doing. And, you know, haven't seen a lot of the family and stuff like that. So that was pretty important. And so we didn't get a chance to walk much. So it was kind of nice to finally do that. I'm looking right now. These are some of the, here, check this out. These are some of the plants that I've showed before, but it's so nice to see all the blooms and everything. This little tree, this little pomegranate is going to have some nice fruit on it this year. Very nice. You're going to have a hard time though keeping all of this ivy from growing up. Look at the fig, looks great. And you all know I hate ivy. Over here, we've seen these before, but it's nice to take a look. Oh, look at this. Mulberry. And it's almost ripe. Look at that. Let's turn around here and see if there's any that are actually ripe. Oh, there's one there. That's not ripe yet. Let's come look at this one. Oh, look at the size of this one. That is huge. Huge, I tell you, huge. There's another little pomegranate tree. No blooms on that. It's a little small anyway. It's a citrus of some sorts. Stone fruit. They're taking really good care of them. You need to put mulch down though. That's the only thing I can say, is these trees would do much better with some mulch. I don't see any fruit set yet, but pretty nice. Pretty nice. So back to the story. We left this morning and got on the highway 395 southbound along the eastern flank of the Sierras, and nobody on the road. It was absolutely dead. Nobody at all. So that was nice. So coming home after being on the road for 8 days, I was kind of excited to see what my garden looked like. And there were some successes, and unfortunately there were a couple failures. I had some strawberries that missed getting watered, and they don't look too hot. I also, my red atamoya, I found it on the ground. It actually ripened and dropped, and it was on the ground. I did take it and open it up and taste it, and way overripe. It was not good at all. I was a little bummed about that, but there still are 2 smaller ones, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut those off and allow them to ripen on the counter and see what those taste like. I was looking for a little bit more growth on my amaranth. It's absolutely coming up, there's no doubt about it, and it looks like some of the Mexican sunflowers are coming up, so that's good. And my dragon fruit graft, I'd never grafted dragon fruit before, actually took. There's a little teeny tiny bit of growth at the very top of it. I'll have to do a video tomorrow maybe and show some of that. But kind of nice to see everything going on in the garden. It's actually been a little cool here. Excuse me. I just had a loquat off my favorite neighborhood loquat tree, super ripe. So it was super sweet. But yeah, when we left this morning, Crowley Lake, it was about 60 degrees, and within an hour of driving down the highway, it was 74 degrees, beautiful, the sun was out. And then as we came into LA, it was foggy, misty, 58 degrees. This is May gray. Blech. Not a fan. Not a fan. May gray and June gloom. This is probably what we're gonna see for the next couple months. Yuck. I had to stop and take a picture of this beautiful bloom on this cactus. Look at that. Oh, there's some little blooms down there too. Great little cactus garden. Look at that guy. Oh, and there's some fruit. Awesome. They do have pricklies on them. That's why they're called prickly pear. There's some really cool cactus back there. Beautiful stuff. My buddy Alex will like this. You know, I kind of like making these videos. I mean, there's only a small handful of people who watch them, but you know, kind of gives me something to do on my walk, and I like to talk about stuff, and I'd be curious to know. I mean, the name of my YouTube channel is Lazy Dave's Ramblings, because I like to just kind of ramble on, which is one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. Oh wow, my hair's really sticking up. So I'd be curious to know if people like it more when I talk about plants and different fruit trees and stuff like that, or if they like it when I just kind of ramble on, or maybe a combination of both. Let me know what you think. Remember back in the old days when everybody smoked everywhere? Oh my God, it was horrible. You know, you'd go out to a bar or a restaurant, well, primarily a bar, and you'd spend the whole night in there. You come home, you take off your clothes, you throw them in a pile, you crash out. You wake up in the morning and your clothes just stink. Well, as I'm walking along, I'm now on about 4.5 miles, doing good. I walked around the corner and here's this guy sitting there smoking a cigarette, and it just wafted in my face. Ugh. I am not a fan of that anymore at all. It's just disgusting. I don't know. Well, I think I'm probably going to end this video for today. I just have one more hill to go up, and then I'll be home, and I'm going to sit down in my easy chair and grab some snacks, maybe a beer, put my feet up, and watch some TV. Y'all have a great day. See you, bye.